We'll go to Friday night footy where the Pies absolutely smashed the Blues in front of what was actually a Carlton home crowd, but was probably 75% Pies, to be honest. And we'll go to the third quarter because the Blues remained in touching distance for most of the first half, and then it got ugly.
Yeah, they did, and it was the highest scoring quarter of the season, this third quarter, for the Magpies. 8 goals for, so they scored 52 points, but McStay kicked 4. He's never kicked more than 3 for Collingwood. Elliott, he kicked 4 as well. Takes his season tally to a career best of 41. Career best, Xander, when there's still 7 games plus finals remaining for him. Some beautiful finishing in front of the sticks. But Jamie Elliott, he just seems to be getting better and better. He kicked 39 in 2023. That was playing all 24 games as well. So he's going to well and truly set himself a new personal best and hit some lofty heights for 2025.
Speaking of veterans playing good footy, this is maybe one that was considered more against the odds. Tom Mitchell in for his first game since Anzac Day last year. And I think he proved that he really has a purpose to play in this side, despite a number of fans thinking that maybe others had gone past him.
Yeah, and I think if you notice in these clips, we're so accustomed to him being the one at the bottom of the pack, giving the handball out to runners. And a couple of these clips, it just shows the importance of it. So he's able to there give it to Nick Dacos, who's now running away from that stoppage. Previously, it was Pendlebury there, it's Lipinski. His role and his ability to give the ball to others in a better space is something that is going to be very vital. I think they'd be really impressed. He said post-game that it felt like it was debut again because it was so long since he'd played football. So a great story, but I think there's more than a great story in it as well because he added some serious value to that team with his ability to get the ball to the outside runners.
Even with guys like Sidebottom and McCarthy went through the midfield, they come back. You still think Tom Mitchell has a space in that in September?
Well, you think Bo McCreary comes back in, Steele Sidebottom comes back in. If they're not getting the ball in and under and they're getting the ball on the outside, they're far more damaging. So Tom Mitchell definitely has a role to play in that.
Now to Michael Voss, you said on this show last week that if they suffered another loss like they did to Port Adelaide where they got done by 10 goals and showed no effort, then he could be in some real trouble. And Michael Voss himself conceded that after the game, that was the main thing. You know, he said you can cop skill errors going forward as they have for a number of years now, but it was the effort that really hurt. Where does this leave Michael Voss in the grand scheme of things?
I think the pressure on him obviously is not going to get any easier with what they dished out on Friday night. I think he said they let the club down. It's, for me, the microscope needs to be a little bit more on the players because you can guarantee that they were built up for that game. They wanted to pressure the opposition, but there was no response, really. There was very little given at the start of the game. If that's me and I'm going out as a Carlton Football Club player, the first opportunity I have to do something that inspires my teammates or to show that I'm here to show Collingwood that we're here to play, that's what I'm doing. And I felt like there were very few of those acts in the first 5 or 10 minutes of that game, which struggled to set the tone. And that might be me sort of coming from a different era or a different time where that was how you showed that you were in a game, but there was very little of that for me for Carlton, and that's on the players. That's not on the coaching staff. That's on the players to put their head over the footy, to win their one-on-ones, to smash their opponent if they have the opportunity to, and none of that was on display on Friday night.
A lot of soul-searching at the Blues. Charlie Curnow promised that they'd be a different unit next week. So
it should have been a different unit this week. That's what we should have had. That's what we were expecting. It wasn't there.
So we'll wait and see on that.